Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for clicking play. Hopefully, you click that like button as well. And if you're feeling extra generous, consider sharing this video so that as many people as possible can see it. I do realize that I might be posting this bad boy with horrible timing because we got the GOAT, Benny Johnson, going live right now. And I know in my live stream, I'm not supposed to be telling anybody about another live stream going on, but it just happens. And we do seem to have the same audience, and we might be talking about the same thing. But I'm just giving you my perspective, guys. But go ahead and give me a like, and just go ahead and like the video. Again, that's all I ask for these live streams. Hopefully, you are well, your family as well. If this is your very first time checking out my live streams, my name is Van. I'm from Southeast DC. Been Democrat all my entire life, and voting for Trump was my very first time voting Republican at all. At all, bro. It's been a roller coaster. Some of my relationships, personal relationships, and work relationships have become worse and worse over the last couple of years. But it's okay, because the more you grow, you're gonna drop some people off. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. Some people are not gonna go with you to your next level. But for the sake of people just choose their sides without even wanting to understand. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But I did something different today. And I went on X and I used Grok for the very first time. Why did I use it? Because I asked Grok, what does Trump's sentencing entail? And what's the worst that can happen? What does Trump's sentencing entail? And what's the worst that can happen? And as we know, Trump is in the middle of being sentenced today. Don't know why they wanted to speed it up. I have my ideas, but bro, America has already spoken. There was a huge red wave. Allow this man to get in office and do his job. The country needs it right now. New direction. We need a new direction. He hasn't even stepped foot into the Oval Office again yet. And big changes have already started happening. Big business people from all around the world have already started backing him. People are already feeling more secure with him stepping into office. And as we already know, Biden is trying to burn up everything on his way out of office. But check out what Grok said to me, bro. And again, guys, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Don't know if you can see this clearly, but I'm gonna make myself a little smaller and make this bigger so you can see. So I asked Grok, what does Trump's sentencing entail, and what's the worst that can happen? And it says Donald Trump's sentencing following his conviction on 34 felony counts, falsifying business records, involves several key steps and potential outcomes. Here's an overview based on available information. Now, I don't know if you guys use Grok or not, but this is my very first time. I've been seeing a lot of people. I know YouTube's not sending out notifications. I get it, but it's okay. While you're here, make sure you hit that like button and hit your notification, hit the notification bell again, so that next time I go live, you'll receive notifications. Also, if you're connected to my Discord, you'll receive notifications of all my videos. All right. All right. So, sentencing process, sentencing hearing. Trump's sentencing hearing is set for today, January 10th, 2025. Just days before his potential inauguration, which is the 20th, indicating the process has been significantly delayed from its original July 2024 date due to various legal maneuvers and the election cycle. Factors considered. Judge Juan Merchant will consider various factors, including Trump's age, lack of prior criminal history, the nature of the crimes, which is nonviolent, and Trump's behavior post-conviction. Trump's public statements and compliance with court orders, such as violations of gag orders, could influence the sentence. All right, sentencing options. I didn't know Grok was this detailed, bro. I'm actually surprised so far. I'm actually surprised. All right, so sentencing options. The judge has broad discretion. Options include fines, probation, community service, or incarceration. I didn't know that incarceration was an option. Just being honest with you guys, I did not know that incarceration was even an option. Given Trump's status as a former president and his current political position, practical considerations like Secret Service protection also comes into play. Now, we already know that there was an attempt on his life and a couple of attempts on his life. And because of failed Secret Service protection, um, the near misses was a little too close. They were a little too close, and we already know that. Maximum penalty. Each count of falsifying business records elevated to a felony due to the intent to commit or conceal another crime carries a maximum sentence of 4 years. If served 4 years, come on, bro. They really trying to put him in jail for falsifying business records, for saying that he didn't pay a hooker directly from his own pocket, or he didn't tell his lawyers to pay a hooker. I call her a hooker. Y'all can call her whatever you want. But hush money, so to speak. Like, shut her up, man. Go ahead and take care of this. And his lawyer did exactly that. So he not have to deal with it. That doesn't mean that he was saying that he was guilty. It was just, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going through something bigger right now. I'm trying to become the president again. You know what I mean? So take care of this. If served consecutively, this could theoretically amount to a considerable prison term. However, New York law caps such sentencing for Class E felonies at 20 years in total. Bro, please tell me that they aren't really looking today going imprison Trump. Is this really true, bro? Like, this is absolutely nuts. Jail time. While incarceration is a possibility, legal experts suggest it's unlikely due to Trump's age, first-time offender's status, and the nonviolent nature of the crime. However, if jail time were imposed, it would likely be for a short duration or served intermittently, as seen in similar cases. There has been discussion that even if sentenced to prison, appeals could delay actual imprisonment until after all legal processes are exhausted, potentially extending past the election. All right, so someone says, yes, they want him in jail, so he can't put them in jail. This is absolutely nuts, man. Charges stand with unconditional discharge. New York is corruption itself. Look at the mayor. This is nuts, man. Let me see. Judge already said that there will be no jail time. And he can't pardon a civil case. Yes, he can pardon himself. Okay, so he can pardon himself. And let me see. And someone says he can't pardon a civil case. All this is dumb to me. They're not going to jail him. A dumb idea. All right. Look, I'm trying to go along with this full time because I do realize that the decision will be coming out shortly. And let me see. Love what you do, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Love what you do. The fact that you showing love to people means a lot. I appreciate that. And shout out to you all. I'm trying my best to read the chat while at the same time doing my thing. It's not the most easiest thing to do, but you know what I mean? You got to do it when you live stream. All right. And again, if this is your very first time pulling up, well, if you're catching on later, we're reading what Grok has to say about the sentencing. And if you don't know what Grok is, that is the AI that's connected to X. All right. So here's the practical implications. All right. Appeals. Trump's legal team has signaled an intent to appeal the conviction, which could delay any sentence from taking effect. Appeals can take months, if not years, providing Trump with considerable time while out on bail or bond. All right. Political impact. If Trump were to be sentenced to jail or even probation, the logistics of managing a sitting president or president-elect in such a situation would be unprecedented, likely leading to further legal and political debate. In summary, while the worst case scenario legally includes a substantial prison term, practical, political, and legal considerations make this outcome highly improbable. Instead, outcomes like probation or fines seem more likely, with any prison sentence likely being delayed or served in a manner that does not immediately affect his freedom or political activities. All right. So clearly, this is a way to get in front of your vote. This is a way to position them to evoke the 14th Amendment. I'm going to ask Grok right now. Let me see. Can the 14th amendment be evoked to prevent Trump from being the next president? I know you guys already have the answer to that, but I have to ask Grok because Grok is a genius. All right, here we go. I asked Grok, can the 14th Amendment be evoked to prevent Trump from being the next president? The question of whether Section 3 of the 14th Amendment can be invoked to prevent Donald Trump from becoming president again involves complex legal, historical, and political considerations. All right. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. This section states that no person who, having previously taken an oath as an officer of the United States to support the Constitution, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against it, or given aid or comfort to its enemies, can hold any civil or military office. This was primarily aimed at Confederate officials post Civil War, but has been debated in the context of modern events like Jan 6, 2021. Application to Trump. How does this apply to Trump? All right, here we go. Some legal scholars argue that Trump's actions surrounding the Jan 6 Capitol riot could qualify as engaging in or supporting an insurrection. Conservative scholars like William Bode and Michael Stokes Polson have suggested that this clause might apply to Trump, stating that the amendment is ready for use against him. Okay, so they're saying that this can apply to Trump, being that they've tied him into Jan 6 as if, I mean, he's the one that said, go forward, go do this. We got to be harsh and all this other stuff. And we already raked that through the coals a whole bunch. We've gone through this a whole lot. And I really don't believe that he was the reason for it happening. But I do also believe that him trying to get in front of it, making sure that they had National Guards out there, him reaching out to the proper people, making sure that they had proper security outside of the Capitol Police, him doing all these things was him, in my opinion, shows that he did not want it to go down the way that it went down. But then again, that's just me. I don't know much about it. I'm just a novice in this. You have people like who study this for a living, and they know a lot more than I do. Legal challenges. Several states, including Colorado and Maine, have seen legal challenges invoking this amendment. The Colorado Supreme Court ruled that Trump should be removed from the state's presidential primary ballot, a decision that was appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court. Similarly, Maine's Secretary of State made a similar ruling, which was also under appeal. These cases hinge on the interpretation of what constitutes insurrection or rebellion. That's why every single chance they have, they want to call it an insurrection. And again, guys, people who claim to be experts aren't. Listen, everybody claims to be an expert, but we already know public opinion mean a great deal in this country, and legacy media have been beating their drum for insurrection. They have not called it anything else but that ever since this whole thing went down. All right. So That's why this is important, because they're saying that if it is an insurrection or rebellion, if it constitutes an insurrection or rebellion, then they qualify to use the 14th Amendment. Lack of clarity and precedent. Critics argue that there's no modern precedent for applying this amendment to disqualify a presidential candidate, particularly one who has not been convicted of insurrection or rebellion. The term insurrection lacks clear legal definition in this context, and the amendment's application has been rare since the post-Civil War period. All right, so nobody can clearly define it, so they can't tie him to this, but they are definitely trying. So we're asking the right questions. All right. Let me see. They threw the case out already. Hold on one second. Let me know. Please let me know, guys, my Blues Angel or anyone that's here right now that can help me out with this. Let me know when they make the decision so I can go get the audio and pull it over into this live stream, because I definitely want to make sure that we know what we're talking about while we're moving forward. But before we do, I'm talking to Grok right now so I can get a better understanding. And I know you say sorry it wasn't an insurrection and he wasn't convicted of an insurrection. You know what? We say that, but every single opportunity, how come if we say that and he wasn't convicted of an insurrection and it wasn't an insurrection, then how come CNN, MSNBC, and everyone else get to say this freely without it being misinformation on their part? Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Shannon and Terry K, shout out to you guys. Finally, caught you live, bro. Love what you do. Wishing you and your family a prosperous new year in the name of our Lord Jesus. Amen. Thank you for putting that in Jesus' name. Thank you. I appreciate it. And when you put it in Jesus' name, that sign, seal, deliver, man. That stamps it right there. May our souls prosper in abundance going forward. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. I appreciate you, your prayer and your thoughts and putting it in Jesus' name more than I do the financial support. Thank you so much. That means a lot, for real. And just in case you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan of Jesus the Christ. Okay, let's go forward, guys. Congressional role. Some argue that only Congress has the authority to enforce this clause under Section 5 of the 14th Amendment, or that Congress's role in removing the disability by a 2/3 vote implies that states might not have the authority to act independently. All right, so Congress can move, but they got to have a 2/3 vote. I doubt that'll happen because we already know. You guys went out there and voted. America has spoken, and we have a red House and we have a red Senate, and that's not going to happen at all. That's not happening. All right, let's move forward. And we are talking to Grok, guys, because Elon Musk said that Grok is the best resource that we can go to get some information quickly and accurately. So we're testing it out right now. Political and practical considerations. All right. Let me go ahead and make myself smaller so you guys can see it. Political and practical considerations. There's contention that using this amendment in such a manner could be seen as undemocratic, depriving voters of choice. I believe so too. This perspective questions whether disqualification should be left to voter judgment rather than judicial interpretation, especially without a clear legal consensus on the definition of insurrection. Now, clearly, we don't have a clear definition of insurrection because everyone uses it. And I haven't seen The View have to use a legal note yet saying, wait a minute, you know how Sonny Halston pulls up and say, legal note, we have to make a correction. It's not calling this an insurrection, but everyone has been calling it an insurrection without a clear definition. So I think that somebody should be held accountable for that. And that's just my personal humble opinion. Courtney Morrison, thank you so much. I appreciate it. He was sentenced to unconditional discharge. Did that just now come out? This judge sentenced Trump to unconditional discharge, meaning he avoids any penalties or jail time, but it stays on his record. that he is a convicted felon. So does this make him a convicted felon officially? I mean, because you condition you get him, you just take him through this whole thing just so it can stay on his record that he is a felon. All right, let me see. Let me finish reading this because we're gonna go through it. You said that he was conditioned. I mean, he was already sentenced to an unconditional discharge. That is a win. That's a win for Trump, actually. So, give me some 100s in the chat, guys. That's a celebration right there. He was only sentenced to an unconditional discharge. The fact that it has to stay on his record, okay, many things are going to stay on his record, but hopefully, the good things stay on his record. All the things that they try to wash free of his record. The fact that they try to act like he don't support HBCUs when he gave more money to the HBCUs than any other president in American history. Is that going to stay on his record? The fact that there was no wars while he was in office, is that going to stay on his record? The fact that presidents and prime ministers of different nations are already feeling better that he is the current president of the United States of America, is that going to be on his record? That's what I want to know. The fact that he had the lowest amount of illegal immigrants crossing the border during his term than any president, but then shortly thereafter, it boomed probably like by 40%. Like the number just boosted probably like 40%, 40 to 50%. Well, probably more than that. Is that going to be on his record? I mean, there's so many different things that's going to be on his record. But since he's not running for president again, and since he won handedly over the new bright and shiny toy of today, which is Kamala Harris, hopefully that stays on his record too. So yes, this is definitely a win. Somebody said, is this a win? I think it's a win. You guys don't think it's a win? Please let me know if you do 400%. Someone said 400%. All right, so let me continue to get through this, guys, because I want to have a basic understanding because the Congress, you know, they still have hopes that they can overturn it. They want to say that we're not like the conservatives. We respect what the people say. If they vote for the president, then we're going to respect it, and we're not going to try to overturn it like someone else did. Come on, bro. We already know who the original election deniers was, but we're not even going to go there because that's just tiring. I mean, it's pointless at this point. It's pointless. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it, RB. All right. Let me see here. All right, so let's finish this. Because shout out to Trump. You know what I mean? They went ahead and said, look, it's going to stay on your record, but we are going to sentence you to unconditional discharge. Courtney, thank you for the news too. You were the first to give it to me. Well, I'm sure somebody else probably gave it, and I wasn't paying attention to the chat. But thank you so much for super chatting it because I see those a little faster with the blue and the pink and the red and all that other stuff. It's a little bigger. All right. Supreme Court involvement. The U.S. Supreme Court has taken up the case from Colorado to decide whether states can disqualify Trump under this clause. Decision could set a precedent for how this part of the Constitution is interpreted in contemporary politics. Ongoing debate. The debate continues among legal scholars, politicians, and the public. Some advocate for strict enforcement of the amendment to protect democracy, while others see it as potentially misused or politically motivated, especially without a formal conviction related to insurrection. All right, cool. All right, I like it so far. All right, so unconditional discharge is what it is, baby. Much love to Trump for that. America has spoken, bro. America has spoken. All right, so let's go. In conclusion, while there are arguments on both sides, the application of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to disqualify Trump from office is contentious and largely untested in the modern era. The ultimate decision would likely rest with the U.S. Supreme Court, whose ruling could define the scope and application of this amendment for years to come. However, the political and legal landscapes are complex with significant implications for American democracy. And the final outcome remains uncertain until the Supreme Court decides. Okay, so Trump was, let me see, sentenced to unconditional discharge. Um, break that down for us, or me. No, just break it down. All right, so let's see what Grok says about this unconditional discharge. This is in real time, folks. And this is actually good news for Trump. Thank you so much for this super chat. I really appreciate it, Moon Fairy. Moon Fairy. PG-13, the Bill Hound show. Shout out to the Bill Hound show. I'm guessing you have a podcast or a platform. Make sure y'all go and check him out. Show him some love and everything. All right. I'm having ice cream on me because you deserve it. Nah, you deserve it. And shout out to everyone who has been buying me a coffee lately. I really appreciate it. And shout out to everyone who has been purchasing our YouTube course. I really appreciate that too. Y'all are absolutely dope. And thank you for believing in me. Okay, let's move forward. So I asked Grok. Um, I said the sentencing, Trump was sentenced to unconditional discharge. Break that down. All right. All right, so it says the sentencings of Donald Trump unconditional discharge in the context of his New York hush money case involves several key elements, definition, and legal basis. All right, let's go. Good thing I can read. Unconditional discharge. This is a sentence under New York law where a convicted person is released without any further conditions or penalties imposed. It means no imprisonment, no fine, no probation, or community service. The conviction, however, remains on the individual's record. Okay. All right, Courtney, you on point with that. You put that out there. Legal justification. According to the New York penal law, a court may impose this sentence if it believes that no proper purpose would be served by imposing any condition upon the defendant's release. This implies that that the judge in this case, Justin Juan Merchant, determined that neither imprisonment nor any form of supervision would serve the interests of justice or public safety in Trump's case, which is absolutely phenomenal. Specifics of Trump's case. Sentencing decision. Judge Merchant, considering factors like Trump's impending presidency, because he won, he whooped Kamala's ass, is what he's talking about, is what Grok is talking about. His age, lack of prior criminal history, because he has not committed any crimes, and the nature of the offense, decided that an unconditional discharge was the most appropriate sentence. This was also influenced by the legal debate around presidential immunity and the logistical complexities of punishing a president-elect. No additional penalties. Trump avoids the traditional penalties associated with felony convictions, such as jail time, fines, probation. This decision was made despite Trump being convicted on 34 counts of falsifying business records, which could theoretically carry a sentence of up to 4 years per count, which they thought that he would, because they actually planted this on him, because they had no chance of beating him fair and square. They knew that the voters would see through the BS of this current administration, and they would get tired of Biden and Kamala, and they would not fall for the banana in the tailpipe anymore, simply because she's a black woman that's for women's health rights and everything. Basically, more abortions, all the free abortions you can get. You know what I mean? Buy one, get one free. You go in there, get an abortion, you come out, you get one half off for your next one. All right, permanent record. While Trump faces no immediate punishment, his conviction remains on his record. This can have implications for his reputation and future legal considerations, although it does not bar him from holding federal office. So, for all of the imbeciles on the left who thought that this would bar him from holding federal office, they are eating crow right now. I'm sure they feel horribly right now. All right. And they deserve it, because they did this. They never did this to any other president ever. Now, if they have, please let me know. I'm open for corrections. All right. If I'm saying anything that's false, or if you want to correct me on anything, if there's a president that went through all of this the same way that Trump has, let me know right now, guys. I'm paying attention to I'm trying to pay attention to the chat at the same time. Also, let me see. And thank you guys so much for participating inside the chat, giving me information that I'm not currently receiving from Grok. But we're talking to Grok right now. Grok is a genius. All right. Here we go. Let's finish this. Appeal and future legal actions. With this sentence, Trump can proceed with an appeal without the burden of ongoing penalties, allowing him to challenge the conviction legally. His lawyers have already indicated plans to appeal the conviction, and hopefully it goes through, because this shouldn't be on his record, especially since they planted this on him. They know it, and they never did this to anybody else. They never did this to anybody else. Political implications. This sentence has been seen by some as a way to navigate the unprecedented situation of sentencing a president-elect, balancing legal accountability with the practicalities of presidential duties. Critics might argue it's too lenient, while supporters of Trump might view it as an acknowledgement that the prosecution was politically motivated. Okay, Grok is on point right here. Critics of Trump might argue that this is too lenient. Obviously, they would, because they wanted him buried under the jail. As a matter of fact, they didn't want him buried under the jail. They was hoping that he will be buried. Full stop. And things did not go their way. But while supporters of Trump might view it as an acknowledgement that the prosecution was politically motivated. Okay, supporters of Trump did not need any further evidence that any of this crap was politically motivated. Every single piece of it was politically motivated. There was no part of it that was not politically motivated. Not one piece. Now, feel free to interject if you want and correct me. I am trying to read this at the same time. Let me see. Stormy Daniels said it never happened. Why are we even here? We're here because we know who Stormy Daniels is. We're here because they've been able to sway her to say something in the first place. We're here because that $2 so-and-so saw an opportunity to make some money. So she stepped forward and said, and I guess she was convincing, and was able to, like, she was nice looking, unlike the lady who, Jean Carroll. I cannot believe that even went through. I can't believe. If y'all can tell me why he was found guilty off of that one, bro, I still don't understand that. And I definitely don't understand why all of that money went to her. I really don't get that. So if you have information on that, please let me know. But this is absolutely ridiculous. All right. It's all been about politics. Everybody with any intelligence knows that. Absolutely, 1000%. Let me see. Let me see. I remember Biden said, we need to lock him up politically. Well, he most certainly did say that. And he tried. He tried to use every three-letter agency to his power, and it did not work. Clearly, it did not work. Okay, let's continue to read, because I asked Grok a question and I want to know the answers. All right, public perception. All right, so there's a mix of public opinion where some see this as justice served in a unique political context, while others believe it undermines the seriousness of the legal system or gives undue leniency based on Trump's status. The charges never should have went forth in the first place. So, but being that they did, and the fact that he got released on unconditional discharge, I think that's dope. Conclusion: an unconditional discharge for Trump means he faced no further legal consequences for his conviction beyond the acknowledgement of guilt on his record. This outcome reflects a judicial decision to manage the complexities of sentencing a high-profile individual who is also transitioning into a presidential role, balancing legal principles with political realities. Thank you so much, Grok. Now, what I'm about to do is see if Trump has said anything yet. All right. So let me see. Donald Trump's sentencing. Let me see. I'm sure he has probably already addressed the nation. Let me see here. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. I don't see anything yet.
A great embarrassment to the state of New York.
Okay. We do have some audio that I am about to pull up. Let me see here. He reduced recidivism. Check out Grok. He reduced recidivism. Okay. I was just now reading Grok. But should I ask about the recidivism? Is that what you're saying? Hold on one second. Let me check this out right here. And thank you so much for the super chat, Tom. I appreciate you, brother. All right, or sister, if your name is, if you might be a lady. I don't know. Don't want to misgender anybody. We already know what we went through with that, which was stupid. I cannot believe we went through that mess, man. All right, so this just now came out. Let me see what this says.
In wrapping up, Trump said that this is a great embarrassment to the state of New York. And then Jonathan pointed out this idea that Michael Colangelo left his position as a deputy or assistant attorney general at the Department of Justice to take on the mantle of a humble state prosecutor for this case. I mean, that was something that a lot of people said, well, that draws a direct connection between what's going on in New York City and what's going on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And in wrapping up, Trump said that this is a great embarrassment.
Okay, I agree. He said this is a great embarrassment to the state of New York. Of course, everybody in New York tried to go against him. Let me see if he said anything. All right, so this is what he has to say. I believe this is his. All right, here we go. All right, cool. So this came from Trump, released on Truth Social, I believe. And let me make myself smaller so you guys can see it. All right, here we go. It says and this is from Donald Trump. It says the radical Democrats have lost another pathetic, un-American witch hunt. After spending tens of millions of dollars, wasting over 6 years of obsessive work that should have been spent on protecting New Yorkers from violent, rampant crime that is destroying the city and state, coordinating with the Biden-Harris Department of Justice in lawless weaponization and bringing completely baseless, illegal, and fake charges against your 45th and now 47th president, myself, I was given an unconditional discharge in all caps. That result alone proves that, as all legal scholars and experts have said, there is no case. There has never been a case. And this whole scam fully deserves to be dismissed. The real jury, the American people, have spoken by re-electing me with an overwhelming mandate in one of the most consequential elections in history. As let me see. As the American people have seen, this case has no crime, no damages, no proof, no facts, no law. Only a highly conflicted judge, a star witness who is a disbarred, disgraced, serial perjurer. This let me time out. First of all, Trump is a wordsmith, bro. Trump, let me tell you something. He is a salesman for real. This dude, he don't hold back. The way that he put forth a message, bruh, and some people say that he's stupid. I'm talking about people on the left. They say that he's dumb, he's unintelligible, he's all these things. Bruh, you cannot craft a message like this if you're an idiot. I'm sorry, let's go back to it, man. He is cooking these people. Let's go back. As the American people have seen, this case has no crime, no damages, no proof, no facts, no law. This dude sounds like Jay-Z with bars, man. Only a highly conflicted judge, a star witness who is a disbarred, disgraced, serial perjurer, and criminal election interference. Bruh, today's event was a despicable charade, and now that it is over, we will appeal this hoax, which has no merit, and restore the trust of Americans in our once great system of justice. Make America great again. Drops mic on y'all niggas. Talking about, man. I was a huge fan of Biggie Smalls when he was alive. I'm a big hip hop fan, man. And I used to like him a lot because he was so disrespectful. If I'm listening to gangster rap, I want to listen to the most disrespectful gangster rap ever. It's gangster rap. I don't want to hear no bubblegum gangster rap. I used to be a big fan of Eminem too. Eminem was extremely disrespectful. I used to love Eminem. Like, yeah, Eminem, get more disrespectful. And then he'd get way too disrespectful. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. You went over the line, bro. But the only reason why I bring this up, because one of Biggie Smalls' most favorite lines, most popular lines in his album was "F all you hoes, eat a dick." I think this would have fit. And listen, I don't mean to offend my Christians. Y'all already know I love God. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. And if loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay? I put God, family, and now country before anything. All right. I never put country anywhere in my top 5 ever. Now it's number 3. God, family, and country, bro. That's how I go. But the way that he crafted this bad boy, he should have ended with something extremely disrespectful. Extremely disrespectful. Like F all you hoes, eat a dick. You know what I mean? What? Trump, you need to make a rap album after this one right here, bro. Trump need to make a rap album after this one right here, man. For real. This joint was crafted like a rapper. And shout out to his assistant who writes all of this, because I seen him. He sits right there and be like, tell him this. Tell him this. I got to read this one more time. I apologize, man. Here we go. One more time. I got to, because this joint is awesome, bro. I'm sorry. If y'all don't want me to read it, let me know. If y'all do want me to read it, it don't matter. I'm going to be reading it. All right, here we go. And shout out to all my supporters, man. Y'all are absolutely dope. Here we go. Donald Trump was released on unconditional discharge after this punk-ass sentencing that did not have to happen, but I'm glad that he was released on unconditional discharge. It just stays on his record. But check this out. Donald Trump wrote this. The radical Democrat, and I wish it rhymed. I wish it rhymed now, because this need to be over a beat. Somebody need to produce a beat now that goes with this. For real. The radical Democrats have lost another pathetic, un-American witch hunt. After spending tens of millions of dollars, wasting over 6 years of obsessive work that should have been spent on protecting New Yorkers from violent, rampant crime that is destroying the city and state, coordinating with the Biden-Harris Department of Justice in lawless weaponization, and bringing completely baseless, illegal, and fake charges against your 45th and 47th president, me, I was given an unconditional discharge in all caps. That result alone proves that, as all legal scholars and experts have said, especially the ones on the right, because the ones on the left don't know what the hell they talking about, there is no case. There was never a case. And this whole scam fully deserves to be dismissed. All caps. The real jury, the American people, have spoken. I don't know, man. Do y'all see the title? Do y'all see the title? Do y'all see the title? Let me tell y'all something. So this is how God works. And I'm gonna go back to it. I didn't even know what this live stream was going to be about. But I've been reading, I've just been paying attention to everything that has been going on, the landscape of our country, looking at social media, X, and everything. And this is what I wrote in my title. And it matches exactly what he said. Two things. Am I lying? Has America spoken? And did Trump say it? America has spoken and Trump said it. Am I lying? That let Trump cook. Is Trump cooking in this joint? Is Trump cooking in this joint? Yes or no? The answer is yes. I'm just saying, bro. In YouTube, man, stop hiding my damn notifications. I got people that rock with me too. Let them pull up. Let them know when I'm live. I know a lot of them hanging out with Benny Johnson. He got like 40,000 people over there. But some people like to come over here and hang out with the brother too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I add a little bit of sauce that Benny Johnson don't add. You know what I mean? That's it. Not saying I'm better than the guy. I just add a little bit of sauce that these other cats don't add. All right, let's get back to it. America has spoken. The American people have spoken. Let's get to it. All right. Let me go back. The real jury, the American people, have spoken by re-electing me with an overwhelming mandate, in all caps, in one of the most consequential elections in history. As the American people has seen, this case, quote unquote case, has no crime, no damages, no proof, no facts, no law, only a highly conflicted judge, a star witness who is now disbarred, disgraced, serial perjurer, and criminal election interference, which we have found to be true. Today's event was a despicable, bruh. Is he cooking or not? Today was a despicable charade, and now that it is over, we will appeal this hoax, which has no merit, and restore the trust of Americans in our once great system of justice. Make America great again. F all you hoes, eat a ding-a-ling. That's what he said. That's what he said. Trump said that. Shout out to Trump, man. For real. And I wasn't a fan of Trump. I mean, I was a fan of Trump's, just him being a businessman, his TV show, his relationship with all these artists and what you call it? Artists, athletes, politicians. This dude was friends with everybody. But as soon as it became popular to go against him, bro, they did exactly that. They act like little ass kids in school. Like they passing around notes. Today we're going to be mad at Trump. He's no longer popular anymore. He's no longer the cool kid. Everybody's mad at him now. If you're friends with him, then you're no longer friends with me. And I am the student president. I am the star quarterback of the team. I am the star cheerleader. And if you're friends with Trump, then you're not friends with me. And everybody jump ship, man. Shout out to all of these superstars who claim to be leaving the country, not once, but twice. His first term and his second term. And then on top of that, a lot of their homes, the people who was saying that they were going to leave, just now burnt down in California. Halfway through the Biden administration, some of their homes burned down in Hawaii. The chickens have come home to roost, man. And y'all deserve every penny of what y'all are getting. Yeah. I want to hear Trump speak on this, bro. Let me see. Highly corrupt. No, this is not today. I want to see Trump speak on this. Let me see if he's spoken on it yet. He's probably en route right now. He's probably in the truck, probably in his car, being driven to the next to wherever he's going. so that he can say something about this. Yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous, bro. All right, so this is Trump from last night on C-SPAN, and he's speaking about the whole thing about to go down. I don't want to show that. I don't care to show that. I don't care to show that. But there is something I wanted to show. All right. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Let me go and remove this. Shout out to Trump, man. And shout out to you all. Let me hear what y'all have to say inside the chat. And how many of them are leaving because of the Diddy case? Good riddance, in my opinion. A lot of them probably are. A lot of them probably are. All of the evidence is being destroyed. All of their tunnels. You can't get to their tunnels now because their houses are connected. All of these rich folks' houses are connected. They probably have a tunnel that goes to each one of their houses. But all of this is speculation. I don't want to get into that because apparently content creators get in trouble when we start doing that. Those poor rich people. Those poor rich people. Let me see. Indoorsy woman. She loves her some Trump. You hope they lock up Jay-Z. What Jay-Z do? I just now saw this live stream. And I know y'all want everybody that's connected to all of them to be locked up. I want y'all to understand this. And just hear me clearly. Hear me clearly. God has the final say. There's nothing that we can get past God. It's nothing that they say, everything done in the dark will come to the light. Everything that's done in the dark will come to the light. I pray that's not true. I pray that's not true. But we're starting to see evidence that most certainly is. But question, can Biden be charged for his part in election interference? Can any of these people be charged for their part in the election interference? Even if Biden gives everybody blanket pardons, can they be overturned? Because I think that's criminal. I most certainly think that's criminal. I'm not trying to go against the system that we have. I know pardons have their place, but for me, I think it's criminal. I think it's criminal. I don't think that Biden should be able to give Hunter Biden a pardon for anything that's not being that hasn't been placed on him. Like, we weren't even talking about anything that he was doing back in 2014. Why does he have a pardon way back into 2014? I think we should be able to look into that. That's just me. But again, God has the final say. We don't even have to be the judge and the jury. We see what happens. The left counted Trump as done. They laughed, they giggled, they partied prematurely. They danced on his grave before this. Listen, they still want things to happen to him. So at this moment, any anger that you have for them, any type of retribution that you want for them, just get rid of it. The Lord will take care of them. The Lord is already taking care of them. Think about it. Think about it. Do you think that Kamala is sleeping well at night? Do you think that Biden is sleeping well at night right now? Do you think that Obama is sleeping well at night right now? I don't care how much money they got in the bank. All of their friends are hiding right now because they don't know what's going to be on the Epstein list. They don't know what's going to be on the Diddy files, on the videotapes that may or may not come out. They don't know. Everything is like, what if tomorrow, right after the inauguration, Trump's just released everything? They don't know. All they know is that the most powerful man in America is currently the president again. And he already made a promise that he was coming after them. They are shaking in their tube socks. That's an old saying right there. I still don't know what the hell it means, shaking in your tube socks. I guess everybody used to wear tube socks back in the day, but the Lord will take care of this. God always has the final say. The things that they are going through, we saw Nancy Pelosi, pockets fat. She's skimming off the top. She knows what banks, she knows what companies are going to go public before they go public. She knows what new companies provide what products and services and what's going to be boosted in the stock market. And she's telling all of her friends and she is trying them out. People have been literally doing whatever in the stock market that her and her husband do. Whatever Paul and Nancy do, that's what we do. That's it. And they have been making cake. But look at Nancy now. Look at her now. Just think about that. Look at her now. Do you think she's happy? Do you really think Hillary Clinton is happy right now? The only one smiling in their face right now is the same one that they tried to demonize and take down. They used every single resource that they had to take this dude down, including the media, when we know how powerful that is. All I'm saying, man, it's like we already know God will take care of this. Katarina, what's up, Katarina? She said, I love Trump and I love his trolling ability. He may be rough around the edges, but no one is perfect. Absolutely. Like myself. I'm rough around the edges, bro. And that's the thing, too. When you go to look at these people, look at yourself in the mirror, too. Just understand you've been asking for change. You have been inside of chats and comment sections of content creators. Like, yeah, I know. Like 2 years ago, they was really doing Trump dirty. They was doing him dirty. They was doing him dirty during his first term. They wouldn't even let him handle his business in peace at all. They kicked him off of Facebook. They kicked him off of Twitter. They had a problem with him being vocal about what he see going on in the country and around the world. Him tweeting about anything was bad. But look at him. The dude was not, they called him a liar. They called him a cheat. They called him the worst there ever was. They're still saying, well, the criminal is going to be in office and blah, 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 blah. Okay. And y'all couldn't beat him. You all couldn't put all of your lies out there on the street to get your minions in there to buy into your lie and vote for Kamala. She still got 75 million votes. That's a huge accomplishment. Did she really get 75 million votes? How many of you believed? How many of you believe that Kamala really got 75 million votes? Please let me know in the comments if you believe that. Let me know in the comments if you believe that. Shout out to Waves. Keep shining the light. Thank you so much for the super chats. Yeah, man, I got some of the best people in the world supporting our, man, listen, I got some of the best people in the world support me. And if you're a Democrat, if you're a liberal, let me tell you something. We ain't meat riding Trump. We're not. We're trying to stay as close to justice as possible. We're trying to stay as close to the truth as possible. Just in case you don't know this already, conservatives actually believe in God for the most part. That's a good thing. And guess what? A great deal of people that I know who are liberals, who are Democrats, who just buy into their lies, we were raised up on God. We were raised up on Christianity. But then we eat all of the BS that the left feed us, and everything they do is completely opposite of what God teaches us in his word. And we're looking at the most demonic cities in the world be taken down by fire right now. I'm not even going to go to Revelations. I'm not even going to do that. But we know what it is. We know what it is. Thank you so much for the super chat. And again, guys, listen. How many of you, I'm looking in the chat right now, and I want to see how many of you guys actually believe that Kamala got 75 million votes. And on top of that, how many of you believe that Joe Biden got 81 million votes? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Really? Ain't no goddamn way in the world. None. Ain't no way in the world. You cannot convince me that he got that many daggone votes. You cannot convince me of it. No way, shape, or form. You can't. So, shout out to Trump. He was sentenced to unconditional discharge. No penalty, no nothing. But it has to stay on his record. Trump says that he will appeal. And I hope that the appeal goes through. But they're going to try their hardest to make sure that it doesn't, so that it can just stay and remain on his record. Let me tell y'all this. Whether it stays on his record or not, he will still go down as one of the best presidents that the United States have had, just by his deeds alone. Period. Just by his deeds alone. Is Trump a crooked politician? Possibly. It's like watching sports. When you're watching your favorite team, do you give a damn about the fouls that your team commit? You just hope that the ref don't see it. The difference is all of the things that Trump have done or said that he would do to help this country, he actually do it. This dude said that he was going to buy the Panama, he was going to take the Panama Canal back. Nobody knew exactly what that was about. Do you know how much resources and how much money this country would bring back to our country if we do take back charge of the Panama Canal? Do you know that we never shouldn't have given up the Panama Canal at all? Selling it for $1 just so we can appease our voters? I'm not trying to poop on the grave of any past presidents or anything like that. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not a president. I'm not a politician. I'm just now learning about all this. That's why I'm asking Grok questions. Grok is just AI. And I'm asking you all questions. Y'all are helping me out a lot. But the more I learn, the more I start to understand that I've had stinking thinking for a long time. And it is you all that get new information and still decide to remain the same stubbornly. Bro, that's the definition of insanity. You know what to fix it, but you decide to continue to do what breaks it. My only thing is this. It seemed like common sense completely went out the window under the Biden administration, under the Biden-Kamala administration. We literally started demonizing the American flag and lifting up Ukrainian flags and Palestinian flags and rainbow flags over our own. And anybody who said, what about us, was looked at as selfish, was looked at as demonic, ignorant MAGA supporters. Anybody that says, wait, what about Americans? You were looked at as bad. You're Americans that they represented. You are the people that went to the voting booth and voted. You are the people, whether you like it or not, every dollar you make, 30 to 40% of it is going to taxes. So you do have a say. Whether you voted for Biden or not, you still had a say. But they acted as if you didn't vote for us, we don't care about you. If you didn't vote for us, we don't give a damn about your kids. We're going to teach them whatever we want to teach them. If they come to us in the 3rd grade and they are a boy and they want us to know privately that they want to only be considered a girl while they're at school, then guess what we're going to do? We're going to call them that. We're going to treat them like that. And we're not obligated to tell you jack. And if you decide to take any measures, we can sue you. You can go to jail. What? We have gotten so weak as a country in the last few years that we started to take on traits of Canada. We started to censor people and fire people because of them having their own political views. We started to play around with the idea of going door to door, taking people guns. We started to look at other countries as if they're greater than us and doing what they do. Since when did the United States started doing that? We don't follow anybody. We are the trendsetters. And that's in the market, that's politically, that's everywhere. Financially, everywhere. We even tried to tell other countries that we're not going to provide you with financial aid unless you adapt to our LGBTQAI plus rights. You got to start doing it too in your country. We had countries in Africa saying, well, if that's the case, then we don't need your money because we're not doing that. We're not about to start telling everybody to be gay. Ain't nothing wrong with, listen, ain't nothing wrong with your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle. I don't try to browbeat people to be Christians. I'm not going to ever do that. But the fact that they force feed us adults and children this, bro, that is wrong. That is wrong. They was literally putting the rainbow flag in schools and taking the Bible out, taking the American flag out. Our children come home and tell us, mommy, daddy, boys are in our bathroom now. They said that we can't say anything about it or that's bullying and we can get in trouble. Thank you so much for the super chat. Treat yourself and a stranger to some coffee. Aliens _ exists. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm drinking on tea right now. This is some hot tea. I like to drink hot tea in the morning. It makes me feel good. You know what I mean? It soothes my soul. Super sticker. Thank you so much, Cam2 Nyungen. I don't know how you pronounce that. But we need to get back to, the blood of Jesus, in my opinion. But we don't have to browbeat anyone. Only thing we got to do is live it. We have to be that. We have to be that example, but we also need to hold other people accountable. That don't mean browbeat anyone. Just like I have standards. If you're not going to live by them standards around me, hey, I can choose not to be in your life and you can choose not to be in mine. It just is what it is. I still love you as a brother and sister, but my children we're not moving that way. My family don't move that way. We put God, family, and country before anything. And I'll be damned if you're going to keep on looking over us and giving our resources and our money and all of that to other countries. And shout out to Biden. I do want to say this because I see a lot of you are saying that Biden said that he's going to take care of 100% of the work necessary to rebuild LA and all this other stuff. And although that's cool, I think it's cool. But what the Biden administration don't understand is that it's one of those too little, too late type of things. Because conservatives have been putting it out there for a minute now of how to get in front of this whole land burning type of thing, dry fires happening in LA. Trump has said some things that could have helped them out. They decided not to listen because they are stubborn. They want to do things their own way. We just now saw Mayor, what's her name? Karen Bass. She was way out in freaking Africa. She came back here and a reporter asked her, me and my crew been out here. And since we've been out here, hundreds of houses have burned up. We haven't seen one fire engine, but we've been seeing a lot of citizens making sure that everybody was being taken care of, moved out the way, getting them out their houses, getting them out of their homes and everything. Why didn't you guys prepare for this? She completely dodged the question. She didn't want to talk about it at all. There was absolutely no accountability, no responsibility whatsoever. And I doubt these people will lose their jobs. And that's unfortunate. Gavin Newsom, he's taking no responsibility for any of this. He's saying that that Trump is trying to politicize this, as he should. He should politicize this. That's just in my opinion. But you know who's not politicizing this? MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS. They aren't holding Gavin Newsom responsible the same way that they would Ron DeSantis. I came across this video and I thought it was absolutely brilliant because Ron DeSantis was speaking on this. Hold on one second. Let me get this. Ron DeSantis was actually speaking on this and he called them out. And I'm glad he did. Hold on one second. Y'all got to see this just in case you haven't already. Just in case you haven't already. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal because Ron DeSantis called them out. And it's unfortunate that legacy media has to take a position. If you are a reporter or if you have a responsibility to fairly report the news, report what's happening around this country, you should not be biased or nearly as biased as you are. Nobody's holding Gavin Newsom's feet to the fire but conservative news outlets. And that's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way. Don't y'all give a damn about the citizens of California enough that you will hold their governor and mayors accountable? You should do that. And don't you dare think that the next time that there's a presidential election, Gavin Newsom is going to be one of the first names you throw out there because he governed one of the biggest states in our country. Doesn't it matter if he governed one of the biggest states in our country wrong? Intentionally? Doesn't it matter if billions of dollars were gone missing that was supposed to be for the homeless to fix up homelessness in California, but they can't account for it? But all the while, this dude is moving and shaking like a daggone rock star. His bank account is getting bigger and fatter, and you're not going to hold him accountable? It's the dumbest thing ever. I don't know if y'all seen this right here from Ron DeSantis, but check this out, bro. He pretty much, he really torched these guys. Watch what they say. Watch this.
It's president-elect or a president to be criticizing.
Is it appropriate for people in your industry to try to create division and to try to create narratives anytime these things happen? Now, you're not as interested in doing that because Newsom is a D. If Newsom was a Republican, you guys would you would have it nailed to the wall.
You heard that right. If Newsom was a Republican, y'all would have this man nailed to the wall, but it's not happening.
For what they're doing over there. And I know we dealt with it. We just assume in Florida, anytime something happens, it's going to be politicized by the media. So
everything I said about Pelosi, Clinton, everybody in office that's stealing money and that's taking advantage of people, I meant to say allegedly, okay? For the record, allegedly. All right. Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate you.
guys sitting in judgment of Donald Trump. I mean, excuse me. I think your track record of politicizing these things is very, very bad.
Okay, last question.
Newsom should resign and that the wildfires are all his fault. So do you agree with those comments?
I remember when we had the Surfside Tower collapse, I had people from the Washington Post trying to blame me for it immediately without having any facts or anything. Oh, he didn't declare a state of emergency. First of all, state of emergency doesn't mean you can't respond. It's all that. Excuse me?
Biden did it. I think that's what you said.
Well, but what I'm telling you is you guys are trying to make an issue of it when I have watched from this seat. In fact, when I got elected governor, I was meeting with some of the other Republican governors, and what they would say is, hey, if you have a natural disaster, just know media's coming at you. They're going to do it. It's not the same. That mayor of LA, if that were a Republican mayor, I could only imagine what that would do. I mean, you know the fires are at high risk, and you try to go to Africa or wherever she was to go on some type of voyage. You should have been there preparing and doing that, and yet I don't see a lot of heat being directed in that thing. And so, I'd like to see some balance on how this is done. You could criticize the president-elect, but I think you also have to hold these other people accountable, and I have not seen that.
They're not going to hold a person. They're not going to hold a mayor accountable. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Y'all are dope, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you, Cam, too. I really appreciate the super sticker. Thank you. Y'all are just something else, man. PG-13, I just like to see my smiling face next to yours. Shout out to you, man. You're absolutely dope. I really appreciate you. What he just now said is 1000% correct. But they have to protect people in power who are minorities, like the mayor of LA. They're never going to go down hard. They're never going to go hard on her. If you find any CNN show where they are being extremely honest, I'm not talking about only Scott Jennings, because Scott Jennings is the only person on the panel that's going to be honest about what's going on. But he is obviously conservative. He's on a liberal panel, and that's his job, to go against the grain. But all things being equal, just because this is a black woman, don't mean that you got to overlook the fact that she is doing a poop job. But they're never going to acknowledge that, because they have to protect DEI hires at all costs. Yeah, I said it. And she might not be a DEI hire. She might not have been hired for diversity, equity, and inclusion. She might have been hired, or she might have been voted in as mayor because she's great at her job, or she made a promise that they thought that she would follow through with. I don't know. But I do know this. They're not being honest about the job she's done. They're not being honest about her not being able to answer a question. Every time she's answering a question, she sounds very Karine Jean-Pierre-ish. She gets to skip town, then come back and not say anything of substance, not have a plan. She ain't have a plan then. She don't have a plan now, but she already got the job. She already has it on her resume, and she will be protected by people on her side. That's the only thing I don't like about politics. When your people, I already told people, I voted for Trump this go around, right? But on this channel, and some of you may not like it, I plan on holding him accountable for things that he say and do. If he's promising to do something and he does not, if the country starts to go to sugar honey iced tea under his watch, on this channel, we will be holding him accountable. But for the most part, this dude is already pulling more weight. He's doing more right now for the country than Biden has done in the last 4 years. Biden goes on vacation every other week. Kamala's never around until it's time to daggone get out there on the stump and act like she's been doing something. They're not going to hold her accountable, the mayor of LA. And they're not going to hold Gavin Newsom accountable because they want him to be a president, a potential president one day. They want him to run up against J.D. Vance probably in 2028. That's what they want. They tried to sell Project 2025 like, oh man, he about to take us back to slavery. Did y'all hear about that mess? Black America was literally all over Twitter, all over X, all over Instagram, all over Facebook, talking about we are going back to slavery if we vote Trump back into office. Because have y'all read Project 2025? Yes, it's 900 pages, but you need to go read it because it clearly says Trump's name is not in it, but they're saying that we're going back to slavery if we vote him back into office, and we would never be able to get him back out. that he will be a dictator and he will do this and he will do that and he will do this. At least he has a spine. At least he has a heart for the country. At least he wants to put the country first. Guess who did not have a spine? Or guess who acted as if they didn't have a spine their entire administration? Biden. And Kamala, she was MIA. We didn't even know what her job was. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose. We didn't even know what Kamala's job was as the VP. Like, what was she doing? What is she responsible for? Oh, she's responsible for the border? Okay, then she's the one we should talk to. Kamala, what are you doing with the border? I'm sorry, I've never been to the border. But I've never been to Europe either. I'm sorry, I missed the joke, babe. I missed the joke. I missed the joke. I missed the joke. I'm sorry, Kamala. I missed the joke. Why are you always cackling? Why are you always laughing? What's so damn funny? The fact that men are now whipping women's asses in women's sports? Is that what's funny? Huh? The fact that the first black woman Supreme Court justice can't tell us what a woman is? Is that what's hilarious? The fact that you don't know a damn thing about the country or what you planned on doing if you were to become president? You don't know what Biden was doing as president either? All you know is talking points that were fed to you by Barack Obama? That's unfortunate that she got that many votes. It breaks my heart, really. It shows how divided this country really is. It sucks. So trust and believe, although Trump is the president, and I pray that his life is protected, that nothing foolish happens to this man, that we move in the right direction. But check this out, man. It's going to be an uphill battle. The left are going to fight him tooth and nail because they are pissed that their plans did not work. They are pissed that the assassination wasn't. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, man, they are pissed that those attempts weren't successful. They are pissed that Letitia James, aka Rasputia from Norbit, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and Google Rasputia from Norbit. That's Rasputia from Norbit. And tell me that she don't look just like Letitia James. I'm talking about doppelganger. They look like they even smell the same. She got her job saying that she was going to take down Trump. That's how she got her job. And she spent her entire job trying to take down Trump. And she failed miserably. You mean tell me that these people cannot be sued? They're not going to be held accountable? Then they tap Fonnie Willis on the shoulder to help take down Trump with the Jan 6 committee. She's being raked right now. And I guess she don't have raked under the coals right now by her own people because she didn't have enough sway. She didn't have enough power, and she was ignorant as hell. You supposed to be on business trips, but you out there making sweet love to the to another DA, two other lawyers that work with you. Come on now. On the government's dime. And guess what? That's another thing. Ron DeSantis just now said this. Left-wing legacy media did not hold her accountable. All they did was protect her. All they did was hide the story. They never even presented the story. As much as that she was they never said anything. All they did was try to take up for her. You don't make a leader better and stronger by ignoring their faults. If you really want things to work out right, I don't care who that leader is, you want to make sure that you hold them accountable so that they can be a better leader. You're not holding them accountable so you can take them down. You're holding them accountable so that they can be a better leader, so that they can understand, yeah, you're right. I am moving the wrong way. You're right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm going to get better now. Because if you would have held her accountable, she wouldn't have been taking trips on America's dime and having affairs with other lawyers that are also trying to prosecute Trump, putting other people's lives and livelihoods in jeopardy. Because that's what was happening. Ron DeSantis is 1,000% right when he's saying that legacy media do not hold left-wing politicians accountable the same way they do conservatives. And that's unfortunate. In right-wing media, you guys need to hold conservative politicians accountable the same way that we're trying to get left-wing media to hold liberal politicians accountable. We have a restart right here. We have a unique opportunity to start over and do something great in this country. Not to only support our guys, whether they do something wrong or right. Damn that. If we represent right, let's represent right. Right? If we want America to continue to move forward and do better, we want to hold our people accountable so that they can be stronger and they can be smarter about how they move. Other countries are becoming faster, stronger, smarter. Like they're doing things the right way. They are starting to believe in their dollar. I mean, it's not called a dollar, but they're believing in what drives their economy. We're so busy taking up for other countries, but these other countries, they're banning their people from watching our social media. They're banning any type of LGBTQAI plus content on their social media so that their kids do not think that it's cool to start going in that direction. I thank God for the freedom that we have in this country. I'm not saying that we should ban anything, but I'm just saying I thank God for the freedom we have. But we need to understand that there's a cause and effect to our deeds. If we're constantly trying to push our country in the wrong direction and we only support what's wrong, what do you think is going to happen in our country? Exactly what's been happening. We've been moving in the wrong direction. I know I'm just going all over the place right now, but I just wanted to put that out there. It's just, I don't know. I appreciate you guys. But so if you just now pulled up a little late, I'm just going to show this one last time, and just one more thing. I got to show this one more thing because this is probably my most favorite video of this week. And it's this one right here. This one right here. I thought that this was absolute genius. Barack Obama started a conversation with Trump at the Jimmy Carter ceremony. R.I.P. Jimmy Carter, President Jimmy Carter. And this dude lived to be 100 years old. That's crazy. And Barack Obama, as soon as he opened his mouth, as soon as Kamala felt some Obama hot breath on the back of her neck, she turned around so damn fast because she thought that he was about to say something to her. Realizing that he was saying something to Trump, she turned back around with an attitude. But she noticed that Melania was already locked in on her like a goddamn pit bull. Like, you better turn around. Shut up. Melania was locked in on her as soon as Kamala turned around to see what was going on. She was like, look, mind your business, turn back around now. Kamala turns around with her attitude. And then Barbara Bush is laughing at the back of Kamala's neck. And Trump and Obama is just going back and forth talking like they're friends. And Trump already addressed this. He said, man, I went back and looked at it, and it does look like we were really friendly. Ain't that something? Like, you wouldn't think that we don't like each other. It looked like we were really friendly. But the whole thing played out beautifully. Watch this right here if you haven't seen it already. It's absolute brilliance. It's absolute brilliance. Boom! You see that? It didn't take no time. As soon as Obama's mouth opened, Kamala said, and then, hold on. So it's like she was waiting for his mouth to open. Okay, here we go. Now, look at Melania. Look at Melania's eyes. As soon as she turned around, Melania's like, what the hell are you looking at? What the hell are you looking at, Kamala? If you don't turn back around. As soon as she turned around, Melania was locked in. No smile, no nothing. Melania's face is like, look, I brought a blade with me today because I knew that there'd probably be some problems. But if you wanted to go down, it can. It most certainly can. And also, I want to touch on this too. Shout out to Melania's fashion, bro. Melania she dressed her ass off. I'm just going to say that. Shout out to, you would never see another politician's wife dressing like that. She is fly as F. For real. I'm just saying, that's how you represent as a wife of a president. You don't represent as a wife of a president. And this is no shot to Obama, but I got to say it. You do not represent as a wife of a president by deciding not to attend a president's ceremony with your husband, leaving his seat, leaving the seat next to him empty, making him come represent by himself. You don't do that. That is disrespectful as F. If I'm lying, I'm flying. You hear me? She didn't even show up. Or as some of you may say, he didn't even show up. But I don't think Michelle is a man. So, but I understand. Listen, y'all are some jerks for saying that. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all have y'all fun. Because I don't want to believe that she's a man, because I done looked at her ass too many times when she was the president. I was like, when Barack was the president. Because, we got dollar bills with Barack's face on it. We got a newspaper, a Washington Post with Barack's face on it. We celebrated like the next coming of Jesus. When Barack won. We replaced all of our Dr. King pictures around the house with Barack Obama when we was in our old house. That's how excited black people was that, what? It was like, and his wife got a fat butt? Please. But she got a big back, like big, strong back. Shoulders is crazy. You would think that she was with the WWE. For real. She's strong as hell. Whenever you look at her muscles, you automatically think, can you smell what the Barack is cooking? That's what you can automatically, like you think The Rock when you see her back. But that still don't take away from her booty butt cheeks, all right? And I don't want to be a man who once salivated over a woman's booty butt cheeks and then find out that the woman is a man. So whether it's denial or not, I will never admit that that's a man because I didn't look at the back pockets a little too much. All right. Call me what you want. All right. I think I made my point. But so Barack says something. Kamala turns around. Melania locks in. Barbara Bush looks at her and starts laughing. So much was happening. And look, and Doug's like, don't turn around, don't turn around, don't turn around. Be quiet, don't look, don't look. I know something's happening, but be quiet. Just listen. Just listen. It's like Doug was afraid to move, but so was W. George W. Bush, he didn't move either. But I believe W, I think he popped the edible before he came. And here's another thing. Usually when Michelle come to any events, W passes her a piece of candy. Because he's a little sweet on Michelle. He's a little sweet on Michelle. So he gives her a piece of candy out of his pocket. He was probably hoping he saw her today. He probably put on that good cologne. That hot karate. He was like, ooh, I'm going to see Big Mike today. I mean, Michelle today. Woo, woo. I'm going to see her today. Oh, yeah. Woo, I'm going to make sure I smell good. So I can give her one of these pieces of candy. Hey, Michelle. Hey, girl. Here, take this candy. So that's probably why Barack said, you know what, Michelle? Yeah, look, stay home. She was like, I was planning on staying home any daggone way. I don't even see why you going with them white people. You know with the American flag. I don't even see why they doing all this over American flag. Anyway, all right, so a lot is going on in this video right here. I absolutely adore this video. This is my favorite video all week. And as you can see, we haven't even got past the first 15 seconds of it. All right, let's go back a little bit. All right, so, all right, here we go. It's crazy. So, hey, watch this. So now you're about to see the fake ass Kamala, right? He gets embarrassed. Barack's not talking to me. Turn around with an attitude because he's talking to that orange mother effer. I hate him. He beat me and he probably cheated. I'm glad. I wish he would have been arrested, but he didn't. He got released with what you call it? Unconditional discharge today. And now she's about to start fake reading the program so that nobody understands that Melania made her turn her tail around. Boom. As soon as Kamala turned around, as soon as Kamala turned back around to face the right way, Melania turned back around and she was like, you damn right. You damn right. You better not look at my man. Yo, shout out to Melania. Melania is a beast. Melania is a beast. As soon as Kamala turned around, Melania was still looking at the back of her neck just for a second. You old bug-eyed fool. And then she turned back around like, yeah. She don't want to see me with these hands. I love it. I love it. Wow, man. Doug and Kamala must not like each other. Because we already know that Bill and Hillary don't really like each other, but even they are having a cordial conversation and keeping each other's company. And George W. Bush looks like he's in trouble. He looked like that edible just kicked in. Like if you look at George W., he looked like that edible just now kicked in and he don't know how to handle it. But honestly, I think Barbara split the edible with him because she looks a little giddy too. She looks a little giddy too. I think they found out that Michelle wasn't coming last minute, and he went ahead and gave that little last piece to Barbara, and she was like, "I could use this." And they was just flying high, baby. They was floating, baby. I'm floating, baby. I am floating, baby. So much is going on in this video. It's so crazy. I love it. I absolutely love it. But at the end, you can see Hillary and Clinton, Hillary and Bill. We already know they don't like each other. They've gone through so much. But Doug Emmerhoff and Kamala, you would think that they would be, looking at each other or sharing sweet nothings or saying this is nice. The turnout is pretty cool. Yeah, it's sad that what's happened to that. It's sad that what happened to him. But he did live to be 100. They can be talking about anything. But then we go over to Hillary and Bill. They having a good conversation. Like they really enjoy each other. Like they know what marriage is. Like they've been here before. Like they're comfortable. And Kamala just looks so out of place. Her and Doug look completely out of place. Oh, you said that's Laura Bush? That's not Barbara? Hold on 1 second. You said that's Laura? I thought that was Barbara. That's Laura? Get out of here. That's Laura Bush? Y'all some jerks, because yesterday y'all told me that was Barbara. And now I'm sitting on live stream looking foolish. I'm sitting on a live stream looking foolish as hell, calling her Barbara. Wow. Y'all don't make no daggone sense. So Barbara is W's mama. So this is Laura. So this is Laura and W that's high off the edibles. All right. Okay, cool. So this is Laura. Well, even still, there's only one couple there that look like they don't enjoy each other, that they don't have each other's back. Even Melania looked like she don't want to be there. But Melania already said, look, she much rather be home chilling, enjoying herself. She probably don't want to come to the White House anymore because she know how much of all the jerks that did not want her husband to be there. Like, I'm that way too. I'm like, yeah. If they don't want me to be there, I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Trump already said, bro, he didn't even want to run for president the first time, but he felt he had to because of the direction of the country. He felt he had to because there was a whole group of individuals, I'm talking about tens of millions, probably even hundreds, who were being ignored and not taken care of anymore. So he had to run and he had to do some things. And him running this time, he definitely didn't want to, but he's looking at Biden, how he destroyed the country. He said, man, somebody got to get in there and do something. Somebody, and I believe I'm the one. And Melania like, bro, can you do this alone? Because they really don't fool with us like that. They are some demons. Why do we want to be involved again? Is there another way? Do you have to do it? Your life is in jeopardy. Like, all the stuff they say about you online, I see that. I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. Trump like, look, it has to happen. I promise it'll be okay. I'll take care of you, babe. All right? You trust me? You trust me? Melania, look at me. You trust me? Give me a kiss. Stop playing, girl. Give me a kiss. Stop playing, girl. You know I got you. You know I got you, girl. When we get home, I'm going to show you that I got you. Now, that's a little uncomfortable right there. Some of y'all don't want to know that, her and Trump still do the thing, but, we're not even going to go there. We're not going to get in a pro. But I'm just letting you know that Melania really don't want to deal with these people anymore. She see that they're Satan. She see that they're satanic. She see that they're two-faced. She see that they really don't have her husband's best interests at heart. She see that her husband is extremely powerful, but they will be in a relationship or friendship with him just so they can ride his coattail. She know that. She's tired of being used. Period. She know that her husband can do a great job at being a president because he has before. She knows that he makes sense and all those things. But no woman wants to see their husband life in danger. No woman. And that's where she is right now. And she definitely don't like that lady that's in the front row at all. She don't care for her, and she know that Kamala don't care for her either. But Melania is not afraid of the smoke. Melania saw her turn around, and she looked her dead in the eyes like, yo, what the hell you want? You might want to turn around right now, or we can just go to the bathroom and settle it right now. I mean, I can excuse myself and go to the bathroom. You can excuse yourself and go to the bathroom. We can handle this. We can handle this like gangsters, or we can handle this like women, however you want. Whatever you want to do. But for now, don't even look at my husband. Barack ain't talking to you. And I don't care what type of favors you done did for him privately. But that's not my business. Because my husband don't want you. Don't look at him. Shout out to Melania for being a dog. Yeah, don't let that classy lady, that classy queen thing fool you. Melania was ready to fight. Melania was ready to whoop some ass. Melania was ready to drag Kamala all across that daggone floor. She was like, oh, you want to dance? Let's dance. I see you dancing in all these videos. Let's dance. I'm going to show you how to dance again. She got that. Melania got that soprano. Have y'all ever watched The Sopranos? Have any of you ever watched The Sopranos before? That's one of my favorite movies. I mean, my favorite TV series. She got that soprano type of, you know, like I'm a boss of, I'm a boss wife. Like the boss, I'm his wife, and I'm the boss of all other wives. And we can handle this, you know, like friends, or we can handle this like gangsters, however you want to do. But either way, you're going to listen to me. Now turn the hell around before I slap the hell out you. At any rate, thank y'all so much for pulling up, man. This was a fun live stream. I really appreciate it. Everyone who participated in the chat, thank you so much. All of my blues who participated and helped out as you always do. Thank you so much. Shout out to Tennessee. Shout out to Ohio, Tony in Ohio, and Time to Chill in Tennessee. Shout out to all of you guys from all over the world. We got people internationally inside of the chat. So we got Aliens Exist in Michigan. Thank you, Aliens Exist, for all the super chats. I really appreciate you. Greta Woodson, she said yes, like Michael's sister at the end of The Godfather. Exactly. Time to get gangster. Shout out to Indoorsy Woman, Illinois. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to the boss lady. Shout out to Kansas, Donna. Shout out to Staff Grabber in Phoenix, Arizona. Bill Hound in OC, California. Shout out to all you guys. I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. And for everyone who submitted a super chat today, thank you so much. Y'all are absolutely appreciated. Share this video if you like, if you want somebody else to see it, and cut your notifications on so that next time I go live, we're not dependent on YouTube to tell you that I'm live. You know what I mean? You'll already get the notification, but cut them bad boys on, man. Hit the like button on your way out the door. And if you're looking to grow your YouTube channel, you're looking at 2025 being your year to be more vocal, whether you want your face on the screen or not, and you want somebody to show you how to do it, teach you the ropes, and maybe turn this into a career like it did for myself, allowed me to retire from my government job, good government job that I had for 17 years, 2 years ago. Reach out to me and I can show you how to do it, or purchase the course that's inside of the descriptions below. The course is far less expensive than hiring me as a coach, But if you do hire me as coach, I can show you some things that way as well. Shout out to Greta. I appreciate you, babe. Thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all are dope. All right. So I'll see y'all on the next live stream. We're going to have a good time later. And make sure y'all share this video. I think I already said that. Okay. I know I had fun. Hopefully you did too. Peace, gang. All right, later.